Ladybirds, gentle pheasants, and non-binary canaries, welcome to the hard mode of Open the Hatch Plando. I made a Plandomizer earlier this week. Well, I guess last week, give or take, in which I got to showcase a trick in the randomizer logic that is probably never going to be featured in an actual randomized game. Very, very unlikely. But that was mainly just practice for a much harder Plando I wanted to make, which is this one. So hopefully this goes well. It's not. I mean, maybe it's not perfect, but I did my best. I could use some more like customization, but I just wanted to use the RDV game alone. I didn't want to fiddle around with the actual patcher or like actually altering the Randomania files. That's an option I could be doing. But this just uses an RDV game file alone. So with that, let's get this started. 3, 2, 1, Frankerzy. This is going to utilize several tricks that are not actually in logic at this current point in time because I haven't put them in. Anyone else could theoretically put a bunch of them in, but there's at least one, maybe two, that are a little bit too tricky to reliably add in. So we're starting off here in Sector 1. The easy mode Plando started off in main deck for reasons. But the hard mode needs significantly fewer items, therefore I can squeeze a lot more in to the intended starting location here. So starting off the speed booster, of course, I will need to be getting a speed boost here. We'll be doing the classic Lava Lake Shine Spark, of course. Not a very hard one. This gives me wide beam. This is actually going to be important. Alternatively, I could have given myself wave beam here. I believe that would have worked as well. It was something I was considering. However, that would lead some of the more high-level players to consider going down into Charge Core Arena, which is not required at this point. You want to come up here, try and spark this stabilizer. Be a little bit careful here. It's always scary to shine spark there, knowing that you only have one spark. You gotta get it right. I was holding right there, so I could have accidentally pressed it a bit late and landed. So you'll notice that gave me a Metroid Infant, which does not really get me out logically. It's actually at this point that the spoiler playthrough on Randomania does not understand because we haven't told it quite how to get past this section yet. You gotta come over here. And over here, you gotta come back over here with the speed boost, with the Shine Spark. Come back in here, recharge on that slope, fail it, and do it all again. This is like for luck manipulation, of course. Citation needed. So you come back up here, you open the store and spark, or you could respark first, it's fine. This isn't super tight, but it's a little tight. Come through here. You could Shine Spark. I'll just do a little hop there. I don't know, it just feels a little better. You actually need to go back. The problem is, not only is that stabilizer in the way, locking the door, and you have to spark through it, but after that point, there's actually a gear on. So you have to do this, you have to come through here, through this room, 3 times, at least. Oh. It's gonna wind up being at least 5. Because it's a really hard trick. You do want to cut those jumps a little short. Okay. Open this door and spark right through it. Got that gear on out of the way, and now I'm free to go to the main deck. Which is where ordinarily I had it so that you just skip Sector 2 entirely, go to main deck, and get your reward. However, because I had to shift stuff around, I originally didn't even have Wide Beam in Sector 1, I just had another Metroid there. It turns out I need some kind of weapon upgrade. So I had to place Wide Beam there. Alternatively, I could place something that unlocks more checks, but I just didn't want to do that quite at that point. So I come through here, Shine Spark through here. This one's a pretty standard Shine Spark for like Open Sector Hub or something. Even not Open Sector Hub, but like main deck start. Or elevator start. You gotta get that Metroid there. That's the only real easy Metroid I could place without adding more major items that unlock too much. Because for like the first 10-ish minutes of the game, I guess the first 8-ish minutes of the game, we're only going to be having Speed Booster and Wide Beam. We come back here for a third Metroid. If you played the easy version, it'll be pretty obvious where this is heading. I don't think this Shine Spark is any faster than just running in and jumping across. But it's pretty cool. It feels good. Which is important because a lot of this seed is designed, a lot of this Plandomizer is designed to feel bad. Anyways, that's Metroid number 4. I was watching someone, Stalled Storm was playing through this, and he was saying, I see where this is going. You're gonna get the first 4 Metroids like right away, and then it'll be a elaborate hunt for the last Metroid. Pretty clever. So you have one last check you could possibly make here. This is what I wanted to be the last place you could go in the easy mode, but it didn't quite work out, so it confused some players. Now, enough Infinite Metroids found, return to operations deck. Very important message that tells you exactly where to go. And conveniently, because that's the last Metroid, you get the music coming out of here. So you come through here, because the hatch is open, as the title of the hack says. This is a little bit weird. I think it's a frame rule whether or not you actually get a speed boost going before you collide with that. So that's not even considered the trick. That actually is in logic to Shine Spark there, or to Speed Boost there. It's considered an advanced Shine Spark trick because you're supposed to go in through the recharge room and climb up and spark above the platforms. So anyway, yeah, level 3 locks and screw attack. You could probably see where that's going. You may also notice I'm only at 99 energy. Oh jeez. I don't remember how much energy was required logically. I think it's 100. It might be like 105 or something. I think it's 105 actually. You could technically do this without Speed Booster. It's obviously easier with Speed Booster. You could actually just Speed Boost right on through there. If I... Oh, jeez. If I do this well enough, you could get out just in time. Anyways, that's Morph Ball. It's also possible... I didn't quite pull it off there, but it is also possible. I did see... Who was it? I saw someone speed boost through there. Oh, I have level 4 locks. That's right. I also haven't been marking my tracker. A Morph Ball system can be found in Sector 4. Very important info. Just tracking as I run. Input dropping because D-pad bad. Oh, and Morph Ball. Yeah. I'm not even paying attention because I'm too busy tracking. Gravy suit. I put gravy suit here, knowing that players were gonna continue on and come down here. I could have put it down here and required this, but I just figured I'd be generous and allow them to look at that and say, oh good, I don't need to dodge beams. Because you totally could have needed to dodge beams. Maybe I should have required that, but opted not. I've seen it before in actual randos. It's not that big a deal. Although maybe it should have been. I don't know. This is supposed to be a hard seed. Maybe I should change it. Let me know in comments if you want, if you think I should change it. Well, I could have Shine Spark through. I probably should have. It would have been swag. I've also kind of been working on making use of the select button to instant morph. That's been handy. So obviously with Gravy Suit and having Screw Attack and level 4 locks and Morph Ball. It is in fact time to go to Sector 4. At this point in time. It is, however, interesting to note that you can get in here. Well, I just soft locked. Where did I save? I saved before level 4 doors. Dang. Alright, well. I don't know if I want to cut that out of the video. I'd rather not. We'll try this again. I still need to get more full. Oh my gosh, that was not great. Wow, okay. There's still a chance to die to pirates. I was debating as I was passing through the Sector 2 save room. So deaths are just gonna happen in the seed. It's not a free seed by any means. It's literally hard mode. We're gonna go ahead and save in Sector 2. Oh. In one of my test playthroughs, I tried to make that jump, and I missed. I didn't die, luckily, but it was an embarrassing climb back up. So an interesting note about the wall jump to get into Crumble City. Generally, if you're gonna wall jump out of a ledge hop, you basically ledge hop almost high enough, actually a few pixels shy of landing on the ledge, of clearing the ledge. And then when you respin, it kind of shortens your hitbox a little. So you're at risk of just landing on the ledge. So I'm very careful to oh, really? Very careful to lower. Very careful to spin lower. Anyways, that winds up like getting me like 5 frames of falling. Oh, that didn't work. Anyways, this is just a power bomb. Because you have to press jump to ledge hop, of course. And then you have to release jump. And then you have to respin. And then you have to wait for screw attack to trigger. Because it changes your pose. And then you have to turn around. Like, I think you might have to spin towards the wall for a frame. And then you have to turn around. And then you have to input jump, which doesn't come out until the next frame. Whereas with this method, you respin as you're rising, and that actually allows you to wall jump within like two or three frames of falling, as opposed to 5 or 6. That looks good. So you could actually get in here with just level 0 locks. And screw attack. And the reward, of course, being screw attack and level 0 locks. I just wanted to show off that Easter egg and waste several minutes of everyone's time. So it is possible, of course, to get back with a trick I put in logic pretty long ago. It's just an easy, careful carving out of the screw attack blocks, leaving the lower 2 behind. Ledge grabbing the top of the blocks and just either doing either doing a jump extend at the end, or doing a ledge hop wall jump. Don't really know why I'm picking up these missile tanks, just to show that they're here, I guess. I don't know. Almost everything I don't intend to be is just a missile tank or a power bomb tank. Alright, can't ball jump, so I can't do that. Might as well save here. Even though I saved in 2, it's fine. Whatever. So I did notice on the easy mode version that, well, for one thing, because one of the players didn't actually think about how to open the hatch, they weren't thinking about which hatch they were supposed to open. They thought there was just a Corlax jump required. So you come down here, you get speed booster. There were other items placed in, like the screw attack and the level 0 locks were placed in as an Easter egg, just to showcase that's all you need. Or just because that's all you need to get in there. But that speed booster is in there as a hint, because you know how to come in here in easy mode. Oh, really? Okay. In easy mode, this was just Ice Beam to allow you to backtrack to Aquarium Cargo Room. But in this, it's just a power bomb tank. You can't actually you can't easily just like jump up here normally. I was thinking about placing Ice Beam again to have you go through there, but it's not necessary. You have speed booster, you have screw attack, you have gravity suit. You could just do the half seeker message, as they call it. Anyways, the half seeker message obviously gets you out of here, and lets you continue on. The next step, of course, being to think about your hint that what was it? A morph ball related upgrade is in 4. So you're gonna want to come through here, scour around. Come up here, see a missile tank or whatever, and just leave. Come down here actually, and speed boost through here. I guess you could go up above, but this is much faster, obviously. A lot of people spark up here. A lot of people shake Broken Bridge. Yeah, there's nothing up here. And you can't even get in here. You don't have bombs. So interesting to know, if you have ice and high jump, it is possible to out of bounds your way to get at least the lower item. I believe also the upper item. But also for sure you can get to Ceres by getting on top of the room, getting a speed boost across the top of the room, storing it, dropping down the little hole in the ceiling. I saved, right? Looks like I saved, yeah. I at least access the save room. But this shouldn't be trouble. Unless I unmorph at a bad time. Anyways, that's bombs. That's your morph ball related upgrade for the sector. Next hint, of course, being the energy transfer module can be found in Sector 2. True. That's going to confuse a lot of people. I already saved here. I don't know why I saved again. So it turns out that's just the way the game was. That's just the way Randovania was coded. So a lot of people will go up to Reservoir Vault and get, I don't know, I think it's a power bomb tank, maybe a missile tank, but it's not important. Same with Broken Bridge, nothing really of value there. Come down here. Just because you can, just spark up here, get your missile tank, carry on. Still nothing important yet. So at one point during my planning, I actually did put an important item up here. I was thinking, oh, this is a good place to show off jump bomb jumps. But no, you could, with gravity and speed boost, you could just shine spark that. Nothing you could really do here. I guess you could kill that red Zila that reforms. Get a red X if you want, but you don't have ammo, so it's pointless. So I originally had a hint in Sector 4 pointing here. That's significantly easier if you figure out how to contort your hands to use the select button for instant morph. Otherwise, you have to release and repress down, and it's doable. I've done it that way, but it is significantly easier with select. Oh. So that's no longer an important upgrade. That upgrade has been moved. I jumped. I must have jumped like 1 frame too early. So you need to shine spark up here, against the wall preferably, and then do a couple of wall jumps. That's something that was known pretty early on that we just never really got around to putting in logic. Oh well. Anyways, you come up here. And yeah, you have yellow doors, so you could go through there on 99 energy if you want. That's an option. Pirates are still dangerous. They're not as dangerous with gravity suit, but they're still pretty dangerous. So you collect a bunch of nothing here. Hey, look, power bomb. No, can't use it. No power bomb data. Yay, ice missiles. That'll really help. So you could just go through that door and come right back. I forget how much damage you take, like 5 or something. Is it 10? I don't think it's 10. I think that's way too. But you could also respark there. A very tight shine spark storage, but there's nothing there. Really? It's so hard with the scrolling of the screen. I should have a visual cue sometime, but I don't yet. Anyways, you can spark across here. You still take a bunch of damage, but you can. Might as well. Oh, yeah, actually. I'm not going down. I could just take this trick. Since I don't have space jump, it's faster to try and spark that. Hi, Bob. Not very shiny today, but what are you gonna do? I was thinking of actually trying to see if I could force that to be shiny. That would have been neat. Anyways, you could come over here and you get your level 3 locks. But wait, we already had level 3 locks. Why is this here? This is basically just to tell you, hey, you have level 3 locks. Go use them. I can do this, right? Yeah, I did this earlier. Also, minor trick here. Not required, but... Aww. It's just like a frame late or something. It is possible to get a shine spark up there, even without high jump. It's easier with high jump, of course, because you don't have to climb ledges. So you get another hint here. This tells you a life support system can be found at Sector 5. Training area. So yeah. I probably should have speed boosted through there. It would have been faster, I think. Oh well. Either way, I'm gonna want to come down here. Try and spark across this again. Takes like 20 health. If done well. Come back across here. Now I'm a little low on health. Let's actually refill that a bit first. There's a trick you could do here. To do a low height. You can do a ball bounce. Oh, didn't. Got bad luck. Gotta try again. So this, I guess, actually does hinge on luck. I wasn't actually sure. I even pulled off the low height. You can generally get low heights if you could jump at least 3 tiles off the ground. By jumping, morphing at least 3 tiles high. Or, I don't know, maybe it's 2.5 or something. And then just unmorphing during the bounce. I think you do have to bounce. Let's try that again. Oh, right. It's not low height, but 50-50 still. I do wonder, even if I need to try something there, actually. So I'm trying to get a low height by getting a bounce from Morph Ball and unmorphing and sparking on the next frame. And that allows me to completely avoid that Ice X. I'm wondering if I actually need to. That's kind of lowish. Okay, well anyways. Yeah, that can get me across in just like 34 damage. Whereas in Logic, that's an advanced damage boost. With, I think... Oh, I didn't get the frame. I think it's 150 damage in Logic. Anyways, that speed booster, of course, is a hint to come in here and do this. Spark up here. This is a pretty well-known trick. I don't always pull that off, but... So, Plasma Beam. You may remember a hint saying there is a life support system in this room. Here it is. Literally more than doubled my health. Aren't I so generous? Oh, come on. Oh, I don't have high jump. That's it. That's the life support system. But we do have level 4 keycards, so we can get this hint as well. An ice-related upgrade. It can be found in Sector 6. I think, technically speaking, that's not required. but it's basically, well, it's strongly encouraged. I'm not even gonna bother to try to do it without ice. Ow. Players will generally come down here. See that there's a power bomb expansion there. I thought it was funny in the easy mode to place bombs there. It was kind of funny. Let's be honest. I already saved in Sector 5. So we get another hint here. Level 2 keycard can be found in Sector 3. Very important information. Oh, come on. Interesting to note that you can't do this speed boost if you destroy all of those bomb blocks in the previous room. I saved in Sector 5. I don't want to redo that. So, by the way, the mimic room does not have progression. I was thinking maybe it should. Like, maybe it should have one of the E-tanks. Anyways, speed boost is here. You could go down, get the other check, and you could use plasma beam and wide beam effectively to deal with the Ice X on the way back up. I was wondering if I should try putting that into the route. I opted against it. So, like, you'll go down there, you'll get junk, and that's it. See, tap right to turn. There we go. It's a handy bomb jump. Anyways, you do have to come down here. I was kind of just autopiloting on my way down here. I forgot this is actually required. I was trying to figure out, like, I basically don't want the player to have to go down to Sector 2, and if they do, like, I don't want them to have to do any expert jump bomb jumps. You'll notice if you look at the preset, or if you look at the settings when you import the game, it says advanced jump bomb jumps. Intermediate underwater wall jumps, but those aren't actually required. You get gravity suit right away. I was thinking, well, I want to have some advanced jump bomb jumps. I actually wanted to put in an intermediate jump bomb jump as well, because the advanced jump bomb jumps are significantly harder. Intermediate ones, actually, you basically just do that. It's pretty free. All you do is pretend it's zero mission and do a regular double bomb jump, except you hold jump the entire time. Oh. Rip. I was also thinking it would be pretty cool to have required knowledge to come back through here. after Varia Core, but don't get missiles for a while. Anyways, I'm actually gonna go ahead and safety save. Can I wall jump off this one? Oh yeah, I could totally just wall jump off the top of that to get up. Nice. Good to know. I don't know, refill my power bombs, I guess. But I want to safety save. Why am I even building up speed boost here? Oh, whatever. I don't think that damage is going to be consequential. I will probably be taking damage here, but so much. I'll be taking so much damage. That, yeah. That's all the damage I could afford. Anyways, I can get through here. There's Ice Beam. And I'm actually cutting the player break. You don't have to do the space boost there. Well. Why am I even trying to charge there? There's a visual cue here. That's Ice Beam. Not strictly required, probably. But highly recommended. Also not necessarily required to... Oh, jeez. To farm there. But also recommended. Yeah, we're going here again. We do have bombs. We don't have wave beam. We do have bombs. It makes it actually easier. Oh my gosh, this D-pad is so bad. So yeah, that's an energy tank. And that's important. Because we're not done with Sector 5. We needed Ice Beam to make this more bearable. And I definitely want a safety save. Oh, that's not going to make it. It's not necessary to shine spark here, but it feels good. Actually, you know what? This is a good opportunity to show this off. I'm going to place a power bomb here. And run back. Oh, it's so hard. It's probably not that hard. It's probably like a 2-frame shine charge. Just bad. It might be a frame roll, actually, with how you go through doors. Oh my gosh. That's just D-pad issues. Like you could hear the screech. There we go. And spark through here. That actually clears a runway down here. So I could come through here. And spark. So that's kind of convenient, actually. Anyways, that's another E-tank. I could have gotten this earlier. However, if you come down here and you get this, you may run into trouble down below. Because what you're supposed to do here... Well, you could freeze the Ripper, I guess, and get this. You could get more energy and get this. But it's just easier to get it right now. I don't know why I don't bomb jump there. Maybe it's because I rolled off a ledge. I don't see what the difference is. It must be just too much speed, or maybe I'm too low. I don't know. Anyways, 4 E-tanks. I'm coming over here. I'm saving. Right meow. So if you come down here and save earlier, you'll have missed those two E-tanks in like training area and pillar highway, and you also won't have ice, so you won't be able to get transmutation trial or Ripper's treasure. And by not getting those, and not having the other 2 E-tanks, you're basically stuck down here with only... let's see, these 2 I got... Wait, how many did I get? I got 3. These 3 I got, and security room. Yeah, security room has 1 too. So that's only 4 E-tanks you'd have. Well, yeah, there's only 4 E-tanks. And you want to get these checks. You're definitely going to want these. Nice. Oh my gosh. I'm probably going to die here. Yeah, you're going to want that E-tank. Oh my gosh. You're going to want to get good at the game. One of these days, it's gonna help a lot with playing the video game. Oh, okay, that's a reset. Just right off the bat. Oh, that's just a reset. I forget how much damage per boost. I think it's like 24, 25. Oh, jeez. I have to wait this out. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can survive. Yeah, I can't survive. You can still make it if the Ripper gives you a bad pattern, as long as you don't freeze it too early. There we go. Easy. Alright. We made it out. Actually. We'll just leave screw attack off, actually. We still got to get up to Ripper's treasure. So I actually want to put off the E-tank and security room so that can be the last one I get. Oh. Okay. Yeesh. Alright. Very sloppy, but we did it. I could be done in, like, way less health. Alright. I'm actually gonna... Just gonna go ahead and safety save. I really didn't need to farm that red X again. But we did. I could have gotten Ripper's treasure first. It would have been easier that way. But oh well. Oh my gosh. Anyways, new E-tank. Who dis? It helps to come in here, powerbomb real high. So having power bombs actually triggers that to spawn. So that's really handy. I want to come in here again, actually. Get a little bit higher base health. Because we need to get back as well. Might be wondering, like, what's the point? Like, why go through all that if it's just energy tank? And that's, like, the only place you need energy. Oh my gosh. 4. Should I go back to the start? Yes. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to start. Don't really care about Red X right now because I got a recharge station. I think it's faster to recharge than to pick up a Red X to fill half my health and then recharge. Anyways, since we don't need to Shine Spark well, actually we should Shine Spark again. So I'm gonna Shine Spark again. Conveniently, the, like, all power blocks in the game will never respawn once they're destroyed. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Getting that Red X was just lucky. And it helps out a lot. Ugh, well. I don't think I could survive. Yeah, I can't survive that. Yeah, that Red X helps a ton. I don't think it's required. I am curious if anyone would like to try just how low, just how little energy you could get by with. That's a pretty high spark. I'm actually gonna go through here. Destroy this Gerbis. They have a pretty high chance of dropping Red X. They usually do it after, like, I'm really close to full health. Like, watch this. Okay. It behaved that time. Anyways. Ugh. Aww. Really? Alright, well. I don't think I'm gonna survive, but... Yep. Rip. I think technically I could kill a Ripper and get a lucky Red X drop. So that's a possibility. That's one way to drastically lower the required E-tank amount. If anyone wants to lab that out. If I'm gonna refill on the Gerbis anyway, let's just run through. I was like holding forward, expecting knockback from normal air damage. Oh jeez. Oh please. Alright, well that's fine. Using the deboost to my advantage. 463 energy remaining. Anyways, charge beam. With over 100 damage to spare. Both times I've tried that, I did it with health to spare. Maybe I should lower the E-tank. Nah, that's fine. I got a red X both times, so whatever. Aw, really? Whatever. Anyways, that's charge beam. Technically, yeah, Silo has a hint for charge beam. That's one thing I'm worried about, because you don't have access to the Silo hint at all, right? No wave, no space jump. You can't get through. So that's just unhinted. I haven't been marking these. Okay, I think that's it. I don't have high jump, so I can't do this. Alright. So this is where I originally placed level 3 locks in the easy seed. Also a fun fact, you could do that. Same as I did in Sector 6. You don't have to do that, because you just... Oh, come on. Because you just have Ice Beam, and there's... What the heck? There's a Side Hopper. I don't even need that. So yeah, you can't fight most bosses without missiles, because there are cores. This one does not have a core, so... Really? Pseudo screw attacks with Plasma Beam are really strong. For some reason, not so strong with Ice Beam. But anyways, you could also just fight it with regular old Charge Beam. You could just shoot. I did that fight really sloppy, but you get the gist of it. So, level 2 locks are right down here, as hinted in Sector 6. One of the easiest grabs in the game. And that is pretty much the seed in a nutshell. You could go over here, and right over here is your level 1 security. Level 1 keycard. So yeah, those 2 keycards again were locked by basically everything. Oh. So all that's left is to get Missile Launcher. Where's Missile Launcher? It's such a mystery. I think we're gonna need some hints to figure this one out. Boy, I betcha it's gonna be in a real trolly location. A missile-related upgrade can be found near a one-way shutter. This was one of the hints in the easy mode as well, but I had moved that to sector 2. Oh, I have plasma beam as well. Let's mark that. And level 1 security. The missile launcher can be found in main deck. You know, it could be the case, with what we know, that a missile-related upgrade could refer to diffusion missiles or like a missile tank or something. But no, it actually is referring to missile launcher. We just don't know that. We have a pretty good idea of where it's going to be. Also, fun fact, you could wall jump off that to get up there. You can't just jump up to it. And you have to do a pretty high wall jump. That's just a missile tank in there. Don't worry about that one. Oh yeah. This is actually required as well. Well, it's not required. Yeah, it is required actually. Oh jeez. Because you do have to go up top here. You don't have wave beam to go down below. You're not stuck if you miss that shine spark. You could use the gates to get out and try again. Or you have ice and you could just climb those things. So as per usual, missile launcher right there on animals. Same as easy mode. Now we can open that hatch that was already open for us. And right down here. High jump makes it significantly more convenient and faster to get through the rest of the game. Just still a little bit faster. You could still shine spark up there. There are a couple other hints that we can show off. I actually noticed when making the Plandos that there's an unused hint feature. A major item can be found in a room with more than one pickup. So that's basically not used in randomizer. You may recall, if you think back to all the pickups, like technically that does apply to missile launcher, but the animals actually isn't flagged as being in a room with more than one pickup. So I had to pick another item. I don't think high jump was either. It might be. Actually, I think it is, now that I think about it. But the animals actually wasn't flagged for that. However, at least 5 of the majors in this specific seed were in rooms with multiple pickups, excluding infant Metroids. Although I think those do also count as a major upgrade. But also there's this hint. Metroids detected at the following Core X parasites: Arachnus, Charge Core, Neo Ridley, Nidori, Nightmare, Ceres, Variacore, Widecore, Xbox, Yakuza, and Zazabi. So if you want all the Metroids, you only need to fight those. The rest of this is pretty routine. I placed ice missiles and super missiles strategically in your way effectively. I don't think that's gonna too. Oh, yeah, it did. I also placed ice missiles strategically to hint towards Sector 5. I don't think it's a very good hint, so I didn't really rely on it. I used the backup level 3 security instead. I also placed super missiles kind of as a hint to go to box to find level 2. But you can also just go to alcove early and find supers earlier. So that's not a very good hint either. I also sometimes like to do the easy way to get this Shine Spark all the way through. I don't think it's actually any faster than just not Shine Sparking. I think actually just walking and jumping across those gaps is as fast because you only have to go halfway across this screen, and also you could do a tiny hop on the way in, so you can manipulate this X to reform sooner. It reformed pretty quickly, actually. This is just a bad position. This is just a bad position. I think I was supposed to be a little further back. We'll stop on 28. That's my late brother's favorite number. And GG. I don't think that's too insurmountable for like a certain 5-ish players. But I do think a lot of players are going to probably not have a very good time with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and post it. And like even the more hardcore players, I just don't expect them to. Oh, by the way, Wave Beam in Xbox Garage, that is behind the gate. It is collectible though, with an ice clip or a reforming block clip wrapping around with high jump. What else? Diffusion missiles was in Ripper Maze. You can just aim regular missiles to hit that. Space jump, restricted airlock, out in space, of course. Speed booster, a bunch of those were just hints. Screw attack in Crumble City Easter egg. Varia suit in garbage chute and garbage chute. There were 2 Varia suits in the easy seed as well, but those were in the Eat Tank Mimic room, right? I guess it was Missile Mimic room in Sector 5, and the Transmutation Trial, also in Sector 5. So you could pick and choose which one you prefer to get. If like, there's also an E-Tank at the security station if you want to refill and come back for them. Anything else interesting here? Level 0 in Crumble City. I only had 1 Morph Ball. In the easy mode, there was a Morph Ball Easter egg above Charge Core. That is a valid place to have a required Morph Ball if you have missiles and Wave Beam. And Speed Booster. There is a ludicrous Shine Spark to get that. But for the most part, this seed was intended to only have expert tricks, pretty much. With the exception of that Hell Run in Sector 5, which it turns out is in logic as a ludicrous trick if you don't have high jump. Although interestingly, it's I think it's an expert trick if you have high jump. But at the same time, since you can use damage boosting to your advantage, you can totally just deboost across just as easily as you could spring jump across. But also generally there are issues with damage run logic currently. It's going to be probably a couple years before there are actually pretty solid damage runs required. I would love to see more players actually beating this, but even the players who are capable of beating this might just not enjoy Sector 5. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Hope you all have a lovely new year. Because this one sucked.